Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another cooking demo with the Lebanon Senior Center. Trying another camera angle today. Hopefully we'll get some good shots of the food and not our activities coordinator. Wahahaha. All right, we are coming into the holiday season. So today we are going to be playing with tortillas. And you're like, wait a minute, Rebecca, holiday season, why are we doing Mexican food or foods that involve tortillas? Because, of course, tortillas are a magnificent flatbread product that can be used in a lot of ways. Today, we're going to be using them to talk about appetizers, things you can make for a holiday gathering. And they're also fun to do other times of the year. We are going to be showcasing pinwheels. Ooh, pinwheels are kind of a fun wrap that you've sliced up into small bite-sized bits. Usually, it's a 1, 2, 3 bite object, little, just a little appetizer type bite-sized thing that you can enjoy. Great to have on platters for parties, but also fun and easy to wrap up to take with you if you're going camping, a little daytime road trip, heading over to the beach. A lot of fun different uses for pinwheels. All right, so today we are going to do a pinwheel with these just regular burrito size flour tortillas. This is a large tortilla. I like to use the large one so I can get more slices of pinwheel out of the tortilla. This is our base. We're all going to be using some cream cheese. I like this very lovely garden vegetable cream cheese. You can use, I think there's a garlic onion you can use, or you can get plain cream cheese and flavor it with spices that you enjoy. We're going to be using some ham, and we have a lovely half and half mix of spring greens and spinach that we're going to be using. Yeah, get some nutrients in there. You know me, try to sneak them in wherever I can. And of course, the hardest things we're going to use for our whipping up of this item today are a regular butter knife. You can also use a spatula and a nice sharp knife from your kitchen for slicing the rolls into our little bite-sized pinwheels. All right, so getting started, I'm going to open up maybe with my gloved hands. I love plastic on plastic. It works so well. Wahaha. All right, into our tortillas we go. We're going to put one tortilla out. If you've got a large counter, you can just layer a bunch of them out all at once. But we're working here in this little small space of the camera today, so we're going to do one at a time. I'm daring to do this with a plastic knife. Obviously, a sturdier spatula or your regular metal butter knife from your kitchen will work really well. So I'm carefully measuring. I want to say 3 tablespoons of our cream cheese mixture, and you're just going to spread it around the tortilla. I know this is really technical, hard stuff. If you want to involve grandkids, great-grandkids, this is a fun thing they can help with to bring them into the kitchen for holidays or family get-togethers. Any time of the year, I think it's fun to start them cooking early, pass on that fun family tradition of time spent in the kitchen together. Okay, so we got the tortilla prep just like that. Super easy to do. Cream cheese smeared on our tortilla. I do avoid going right up to the edge. I get a little close, but I don't go all the way up to the edge. That's just because as you start to roll them out, it'll start squishing out the edges. All right, so whatever ham you like, of course, there's lots of variety that you can do. You don't have to use ham if you're not a ham person. Whatever lunch meat you like. And of course, I start tearing some pieces up a little bit here just to kind of get some coverage. Again, I'm not going to worry. This is going to end up being my edge on this side. Here, I'll turn it. All right, so when I roll, I'm going to start on this edge and I'm going to start rolling to there. So I don't take it all the way to edge because it just makes it harder. The cream cheese will act kind of like a glue to help hold on to the roll, so to speak. All right, so I'm going to bring the greens into play here. And I like to pick through. I like to get some different colors of them. That's why I like the spring greens. But you can use your favorite lettuce as long as it's not super stiff. I won't say crunchy because I think hopefully it's kind of crunchy. Otherwise you got some really funky lettuce. But has some give, because if you're trying to roll something, if it's too thick, you know, it's just not going to roll very well. All right. Some fun colors here. Just to add some interest to our slices. Okay, so once again, I didn't go all the way up to the edge. So we've got our cream cheese, our ham, and our spring greens on here. I'm just going to take the edge here and start the roll. I kind of fold that first bit just to get a grasp on it. And I'm kind of bunching it towards me as I roll. Sometimes the greens like to run away. So I'll push them down with my fingers as I'm approaching them, just kind of tucking them into the roll, making sure they stay inside and don't try to exit the nearest port of call. There we go. So I'm kind of doing a nice tight roll, rolling, 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 and kind of give it a nice little push. Just a gentle push to help that cream cheese solidify. There you go. You know you didn't go all the way to the edge with your filling when it's still staying there. There's our crease. It's not flopping over. That works really nice. So there you go. So there's the roll. This is the hardest part of the whole thing. Okay, so now we've got a weapon, our knife. I like, instead of starting at the end and working my way over, I like to think of things in halves. It helps me keep a little more even. There we go. You can even double them up a little bit, and I'm going to spin them around. Okay, I'm doing this right-handed, so I've got my meat edge. And of course, thickness depends on what you like. You can do them really thin. I like to do an inch, just a little bit over an inch, tucking that thumb out of the way. No cutting thumbs off, not even if you're doing this for a Halloween party. Got to keep the fingers attached. Okay, if you want to be really intricate because you really want to impress somebody, you can use those first rolls to kind of line up your next cut to make sure they're all staying kind of uniform there. Or if you're a little bit more wild spirit, you can let them tell you what you're going to do. Ha ha ha. There you go. And, you know, you can, if you're really scrimping, you can try to get one more. I find I end up cutting off the ends, and that's okay. It's just because they're so puny and so little, they just become your little snack through the process. So there you go. So these end ones, if they get to where they're real loose, like this one's really loose and he's going to fall apart, I mean, you can squeeze it in there if you want. You can stuff an olive in the middle. You can get creative. You can re-roll it. You can do all kinds of little things and just make him a little guy. Or, again, you can always set him offside for your little snack. But then you've got these pinwheels all set to go. I'm going to try to do a closer shot. I'm just going to line them up on this paper plate to share with you. Of course, this is miniature, so you got to pretend big party platter, okay? All right, let's see if I can hold my hand still. There you go, with my shadow of my head. Ha-ha. So you can start to see how as you bunch them up, you get all the different colorations of your filling in the pinwheels. If you do different flavors, different types, you can use different kinds of tortillas, spinach tortillas, the sun-dried tomato tortillas. You get different colors on the edges. You can make designs on your platter. Just be a lot of fun, a way to be creative and have a visual interest on your appetizer platter or on that fun picnic lunch or your own snack. And it doesn't even have to be for somebody else. You know, this is a fun thing to do just for you. You saw how easy it is, how quick it is to put together. You could do this instead of a sandwich. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, in our notes, we're going to share some links to some other places where you can find out other ideas on how to do pinwheels. This is just one idea. You might be creative and already have your mind spinning on different fillings you could do. This is a great place to use up leftovers in a fun and interesting way. I was talking with a coworker and we were talking about those Thanksgiving leftovers. You can certainly smear on some regular cream cheese or some brie, a little leftover cranberry sauce, some of that turkey, roll it up, slice it up. Again, that would be really tasty and a fun way to use leftovers. You can do it with, different kinds of lunch meat, different kinds of spreads. You can use cheese, you can use mayo, but all kinds of things. You just basic things, you need some kind of flatbread. You need to use some kind of condiment or something that might help it stick, help your roll stick. You can then do meat fillings, you can do vegetable fillings, all kinds of things you can do for delectable, yummy pinwheels. Of course, if you want hot ones, you can do that as well. There's definitely some ideas you can do for baked pinwheels. I personally like to use one that involves the crescent rolls, the refrigerated crescent roll dough. Instead of turning them into triangles, you just pop open that thing and the canister, unroll the whole sheet so they're in a sheet instead of in the individual triangles. And I like to put a little marinara sauce, just a little bit, some garlic powder, maybe a little Parmesan, maybe a little Italian seasoning. You can even throw a little pepperoni on there and then roll it up and slice it just like we did with these, but with those crescent roll dough. Put it in the oven for a little while. I want to say 350 degrees for about 10 minutes, until the croissant dough gets golden brown. Those are tasty as well. So you can do them warm, you can do them cold like this. All kind of creative ideas for those pinwheels. All right, everyone, you guys have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we'll be getting to enjoy some more delectable treats as the holiday seasons get closer and closer. So you guys have a great rest of your October. We'll see you soon here at the Lebanon Senior Center. Bye-bye.